What up, Blue Jays? Sean Blue here. I'm here to talk to you guys about the Freemasons, and particularly the Freemasons in Portugal. Um, the first Portuguese Freemasons was John Custis. John Custis had Swiss heritage, and he originally lived in England. And in 1740, John Custis and two other Portuguese members of his lodge were arrested. I don't know why exactly they were arrested. I don't know if the Portuguese government simply just didn't like these Freemasons. They didn't trust them. So they arrested John Custis and these two other Portuguese members of his lodge. And they tortured them. They tortured them for, it sounded like, a few years. And the Freemason history is obviously very. There's a lot of questions to it. Why do they exist? How many members were there at one time? Who was in it? And was John Custis and his lodge mistreated? Absolutely, of course they were by the Portuguese government. But also at the same time, I heard from a member of the Freemasons. He did an interview that Portugal, the country itself, exists just because for the Freemasons, apparently. So the whole country of Portugal, their history, their existence in the first place, was just made for the Freemasons. Like, I don't know exactly what he meant by that. He didn't get into too much detail, he got into a little bit more detail than what I said, but, the Freemasons just have a very strange history. And obviously, yeah, they weren't liked in Portugal. Obviously, at least back in the 1700s, that's why John Custis was being tortured, arrested, and tortured for no other reason, just for being a Freemason. But apparently, like this one guy said, I'm not going to throw out his name, but apparently, like this one guy said, Portugal exists just for the Freemasons. It's well, I don't want to say that's what, like the United States. Why I'm not saying that's true, but apparently that's what Portugal's all about. It's just a place for the Freemasons, and everything else that just happens around there. Yeah, it's a society. So, but it's the Freemasons that run Portugal. I don't. That's what he said. I don't. It's kind of hard to believe that, but who the hell knows? And but yeah, that's just a little bit of history of the Freemasons in Portugal. John Custis, a man with Swiss heritage, and from England originally, but he was one of the main founders of the Freemasons in Portugal, apparently. But like I said, this other man said it goes back even further than that. But other way, John Custis and two other Portuguese members of his lodge were tortured and arrested for no other reason, it sounds like, other than just being Freemasons, and the Portuguese government doesn't trust them. So that was a brief history of Freemasons in Portugal.